This is cause number 2021-44409. In the interest of Eric Chavez, all parties and witnesses, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help God.
I do.
Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name's Vida Torres, and Eric Chavez is my son.
All right. And representing the Attorney General,
Kavita Sharma, Your Honor.
court of law, Eric Chavez Sr. is the non-custodial parent. Mr. Chavez was personally served on August 9, 2021 at 9:36 a.m. at 13922 Woodson Park Drive, apartment 826 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he's not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
He was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail return receipt requested that was delivered. Well, it was unclaimed. Attempted notice of this that was unclaimed, but nevertheless, there was no answer. We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge. I would like to call Ms. Vida Torres.
Yes.
And Ms. Torres, please state your full name for the court.
Vida Torres,
And how many children are here before the court?
1.
And how old is your child?
He's 2.
And were you married?
No, we were not married.
Okay. And were you married at the time the child was conceived?
No, we were not.
And who do you allege is the biological father of your child, Eric Chavez Jr.?
Eric Chavez Sr.
And how do you know he's the father?
We already established that at the hospital when I did give birth to Eric. And he signed off on the birth certificate as well.
Okay. And are you asking the court to name you as sole managing conservator of the child?
I am.
Do you believe that Mr. Chavez should have visits with the child at this time? Okay. Did you and Mr. Chavez
Wait, I didn't hear an answer to that. Repeat the question, please.
Do you feel that Mr. Chavez should have visits with the child at this time?
At this time, no. No, ma'am.
Okay.
And why is that, man?
Because he physically abuses us. At any point that he can get to us, he does have a ankle monitor and bond conditions for other cases prior to this child support case. Basically underlining that he is abusive towards me and getting to Eric.
All right.
And Judge, at this time, I'd like to introduce into evidence the magistrate's order for emergency protection. That's Clark State's Exhibit 1.
Have you ever had an opportunity to review this, Ms. Torres?
I have, yes, sir.
Do you have any objections to me included into evidence?
No, I do not.
All right, State's Exhibit 1 is admitted.
Thank you. And Ms. Torres, with this emergency protective order and that you have reviewed, are you marked as the protected individual that Mr. Chavez should not have contact with?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So because of this, you're asking the court to not allow any visits with your son?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you tried to meet with Mr. Chavez in a public place to conduct these visits?
Yes, most recently 3 weeks ago, and a security guard at that location had to pull him off of me and call the cops to arrest him.
And what public location was this?
That was at HEB. I do have the physical address at Summerwood, which is in between both of our locations.
Okay. Do you believe that visits through a domestic relations office would be sufficient for visits with your child?
No, only for the fact that I have tried to meet with him and his family outside of the court multiple times for him to see the baby, and the baby has so much anxiety now because he physically cannot he physically tries to attack me in front of the baby, in front of anyone. And now the baby has so much anxiety that I don't even feel he would feel comfortable with any counselor or anyone like that other than me there. And in good standing wise, because when I'm abused in front of him, he abuses me in front of him.
Okay. And you separated from Mr. Chavez in July of 2021, is that correct?
Correct. It
Since
should
then,
have.
has he provided?
He has not.
Okay. So he has provided no financial support or care for the child?
No. Oh, I'm lying. He did buy one box of diapers, if that counts. And that was in the very beginning, and then that was it.
Okay. Do you know where he currently works?
Yes, UPS, United Parcel Services.
And how do you know he works there?
We worked together when we first met. We're equals, and now I am a dispatch manager, and he's a driver for the company.
Okay. How is your child covered under health insurance?
He's always been under Medicaid and is still currently covered until his birthday of this year with Medicaid.
Okay. And are you asking the court to order Mr. Chavez to reimburse that insurance at $238 a month beginning February 1 of 2022?
Yes, please.
And do you understand the court will order you to maintain health insurance for the child?
Yes.
And do you understand that any uncovered insurance, any uncovered health costs that are not covered by the insurance will be the responsibility of each parent, 50% each?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know if Mr. Chavez has any other children that he's required to provide support to or that live with him?
Not that I know of, not so far.
Okay. So are you asking the court to order child support in the amount of $817 beginning February 1?
Yes.
And going back to the date you all separated.
$8,170.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
I'm sorry. Current child support, $817, Judge.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
And from the time you all separated, I'm sorry, I think I misspoke and said it was July, but you all separated April of 2021.
Yeah. April.
And are you asking the court to order back support in the amount of $8,170 as back support from the time you all separated until today?
I am.
And are you asking the court to order that Mr. Chavez pay that at $91 a month?
Yes.
Okay. Court costs, if they should be billed, who should pay those?
Him.
Okay, Mr. Chavez should pay those. Okay, and let's go back to conservatorship. You're asking the court to make you sole managing conservator.
I am, yes.
And you believe that's in the best interest of your child.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You also believe it's in the best interest of your child for Mr. Chavez to not have any visits with the child going forward.
For right now, yes.
And you're also asking the court to keep your address and where you work confidential because it will cause you or your child harm, harassment, or abuse.
Please, in all of this, that's all I want. Is us to be safe, so please.
The answer to that is yes, ma'am. Did you hear the question, ma'am?
Yes, I did, yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
The answer is yes. Okay.
Okay. And you've reviewed and signed this order and you're asking the judge to approve it today?
I am, please.
And Judge, I pass this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted.